Hello, SweetDango here, reviewing the latest Apex match between Dango and Ashe. I'll be reviewing more on their pick and bans rather than the actual games, since the two games here are won just from the pick and ban phases. So before we start, let's analyze each of the boxes. Dango here have a mostly yellow and princess box, and then Ashe on the right here have what seems to be a mythical and dark faction box. The preferred tank for Dango should be Langrisser, and the preferred tank for Ashe should be Juggler. Now let's talk about the preferred tank Ashe wants to ban. It's definitely Langrisser because of this Sword Elwyn in the box. Langrisser is also strong against the Omega, Zerda, and his Ultimolar. The preferred tank Dango wants to ban is likely the Juggler since he runs the Shelfaniel in the box. You can pick up Bozo, Shelf, and the set with the tank push AoE team. So here, Ashe does not ban the Langrisser first, so Dango gets his Langrisser with the yellowest faction buff. Ashe does not get his first pick Juggler, so he is kind of forced onto his Langrisser tank, unless he wants to bring guard or ulti or Bernhard to guard. So here, Ashe bans Zerda and Leonhardt. Zerda is always a fine ban if your team does not have a lot of units that can survive it, like how he first picks Bozo here. Leonhardt also seems to be a respect ban just because Ashe does not have his Juggler tank available anymore. I wouldn't have banned Leonhardt here since Dango is already on Langrisser's tank. Leonhardt would need a Gospel or picking up the Juggler for faction buff at this point. Dango picks up a Claret here. Ashe should do two things at this point. Ban Tiaris with one other healer, then pick up your own tank that can survive the Claret when able. Instead, Ashe opts to ban the two Princess faction buffers. Shelfaniel is part yellow, and Ashe isn't on Juggler, so that's a fine choice for a ban. Luna ban doesn't make a whole lot of sense at the moment. Claret is already hard yellow, and Dango can pick up his Rachel if he wants magic damage. So Ashe is forced to pick up a healer here since Liana and Tiaris got banned. Dango should be looking to ban out tanks so the Cleric can choose her targets to kill, but there are still 3 potential tanks left: the Burn, Ulti, and Langrisser. So instead he chooses to ban Zerd and Yulia. Maybe this is anticipating the Alhazar combo with Weiler, where Weiler can act against Zerda, since we have Bozo here with the faction buff already. There's the Liana pick, which answers Bozo. Ashe picks up Bernhard here, probably as a dark faction buff tank. There, Dango picks up Bozo. Ashe should be picking up Omega if it's any good. Omega have a dark faction buff from Bozo and should be one-shotting everything if he can bypass guard. Omega should also be good against the Shelfaniel that got banned earlier. Instead, Ashe picks up Ultimolar. Maybe this is the tank, but compared to Omega, you're not going to win a tank push strat against a Claret and Bozo that you cannot kill if they're guarded. As the player 2, you really have to take advantage of the alternate win condition of stalling for 12 turns. You should be looking to kill the Claret and Bozo at any cost, and when you do, you're more likely to win by stalling with your leftover tank and healers. Now the Omega gets banned, and you have a Lana in the box, and it's way outdated in my opinion. So on the right here, Ashe have ulti tank with the phalanx. Infantry troops on Landy is anticipating the Lancer troops on Burn and ulti is really good. This Claret have really high skill, so that's something to keep in mind if you want to pick Omega later on. So here I'll just play out the rest of the match and give some commentary afterwards. Alright, so not picking the Omega was really made Ashe lose here. Omega can be looking to bypass the guard on any of the healers and Bozo, but instead Ashe brought ulti tank and burn against Close and Liana, so both of them didn't really accomplish much. Liana dies really easily to Thorns, having low HP and high damage, so she couldn't do much other than throw out some AoEs here and there. and never really dealt any meaningful damage to Landius. So for Ashe, your juggler gets first banned, and you're still first banning the Listo. You should really be banning the Landius here against a large Yellows faction box. So here Ashe opens with picking up Yulia first, which explains the Listo ban. But you still could have had time by first banning Landius and then second banning Listo. Dango will more than likely pick up the juggler first. You can also lose all your faction buffs right here. So surprisingly, Weiler is left up for Yulia, so Yulia will actually have an attack buff. Dango could have banned Liana, Weiler to force a Tiaras or a close pick, then ban Elwing, Gizerov, which leaves Yulia with nothing. So again, Ashe goes after the Princess faction buffers again, the Luna and Shelf bans here. They're actually a lot better here as bans compared to the first match, just because Luna can reduce Yulia's magic damage, and Shelfanio can really annoy Yulia with all those AoEs. Then Ashe picks Gizerov for the Mythic faction buff. Dango bans Zarda and Bernhardt. I don't really see the value of the Bernhardt ban here. Maybe it's one of Ashe's preferred tanks, but why not Landius, or does Dango already know that Landius is bait? The Bernhardt will have needed to bring faction buff and guard since Bozo is already banned. If Bernhardt isn't tanking, then I still don't see how it threatens these current picks and these remaining units. So here Ashe bans Liana and Bozo. There are still 3 healers left in the box. Why not ban 2 healers first? You can force a healer pick, and then you can ban whatever else. Again, the ultimate pick. This Landius is just bait then. And finally the Omega pick. Not at all effective against this team, when we already have identified that you cannot bypass guard on Claret or Zarda. You don't want to be attacking the 2 tanks either, so this Omega is absolutely useless in this situation. Okay, so this Julius is on Zealots. Look at all these grasslands or unicorns could have been on. Yulia is not gonna one-shot any of these tanks with Zealots. This Yulia is not first pick worthy. The game's already lost after picking bans. If I had to play this team against that, I would just concede right now. Just first ban Landius.
俺に力を貸してくれ。目障りだ。
できた。
これが俺の力だ。超越した力は誰にも止められぬ。この計略で行ってみよう。灰となって吹き飛べ。この計略で行ってみよう。